very scared. First of all, we had to get up those cliffs. And when that tide came in, the beach would be covered. There was no question about getting up. You had to get up. But as I look at it now, Bill, I don't know how we did it.
Can you remember any specific moments as you were going up?
As I started up, all the loose dirt started to fall down on us because the ropes made this dirt pull loose. And it came down and rained all over us. And I noticed it, and I talked to boys later, Bill, you seemed like you didn't have strength enough in your hands to hold a rope. And I think it was nothing but fear that caused that. You see, when we came in here, you could see the enemy running across up there, and a funny feeling, on reality, that somebody was actually shooting at you. I couldn't believe it was happening.
You could actually see the Germans when they were up on top.
Yes, you see these people up here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now just imagine they were standing there with rifles firing at you. Yes, Bill, I can't put it into words exactly, but it's like coming home, as I say. There's the point. I haven't seen it for 40 years, but it sure hasn't changed. It's just as I saw it D-Day.
Did you ever think you'd be back here one more time?
No, I never thought I'd ever make it. This is unbelievable.
Later, Jack and I strolled around the summit of Pointe du Hoc. For him, it was his first look at the channel from this vantage. On D-Day, once over the top, Jack Kuhn never looked back. As a veteran ranger, he attracted some attention up there. From some modern-day rangers.
Jack Kuhn, I was the D Company second. We were so glad to see you lads carry on the tradition. And you look like rangers. You're built for the duty.
And from a Frenchman.
At Pointe du Hoc, rangers.
In the Rangers?
Rangers, yes. I was a ranger.
My hat is off to you, he says.
Un chapeau.
See, there was no grass, and this was all mud, and dirt had been thrown, all fresh holes. But it still remains the point. It hasn't changed that much.
Where were most of the casualties?
When we got topside, the check was made. We only had 15 dead then. There was a lot of men wounded. And then as we started inland, is where we started to take the sniper fire and the fire on the men, and we seen them dropping then.
Were you a hero?
No, no, there were no heroes that day. What it was every man was out doing the job assigned to him that day. If there were heroes, then they were all heroes, but there was no individual heroes that day.
When the Rangers reached the top, they discovered the German guns were gone. Jack and one of his buddies found them later where they had been moved some distance inland with no Germans in sight. The two Rangers put the guns out of commission with some grenades. 225 men were in the Ranger assault on Pointe du Hoc. At day's end, Jack Kuhn was among 90 of them still standing.